Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. I am Hype the Commentator and thank you all for joining me today as we continue the road to WrestleMania. We are taking a look back at the hottest feud of 2009. I'm talking about Triple H and the McMahon family against Randy Orton. And alongside him, the legacy, it was Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. That was the legacy. But when it came to the match between Triple H and Randy Orton, it was just one-on-one at WrestleMania 25 for the WWE Championship. I don't want to waste any more time. We'll get more into it in the commentary, so let's get right into it. The referee reinforcing the rules, reminding Triple H that if he is disqualified or counted out, then he loses the WWE Championship. How embarrassing, how mentally frustrating would that be for the game to lose the championship on the grandest stage of them all to Randy Orton because of a disqualification? The 25th anniversary of WrestleMania, and you lose your championship via disqualification or getting counted out? That's mentally frustrating, especially someone who you've known so long, someone who's caused you so much pain. These two have caused each other so much mental and physical pain. I mean, it all goes back to the chairman of the board, Mr. McMahon, firing Randy Orton. You know, Stephanie slapping Randy Orton in the face. Randy Orton took it upon himself to punt the chairman of the board, Mr. McMahon, in the face. And then it was at No Way Out where it would be Randy Orton versus the returning Shane McMahon. But in the end, it would be Randy Orton who would leave No Way Out as the victor. But there was another victor in this match at No Way Out, with the game Triple H winning the Elimination Chamber match to become the new WWE Champion. And RKO out of nowhere from Randy Orton. Somewhere, some way, out of nowhere, Randy Orton always finds a way to pull an RKO out of nowhere, and he definitely caught the game off guard. Orton has that sinister look on his face. He realizes what he's done. He could be a punt away from becoming the new WWE Champion. Triple H is in position. Randy Orton realizes it. And yep, it's about to get a lot worse. We may see Triple H's skull sent all the way across, but Triple H moves out of the way just in the nick of time. Oh, pedigree. Triple H measuring up, and a pedigree from the game. But both men are down. Both men are down and out. They're across the ring from each other, so Triple H unable to capitalize on that pedigree. That seemed like that was on instinct. After taking that RKO from Randy Orton, I don't know where he pulled that pedigree from, but it connected. And long term, both men hitting their finishers onto each other is going to cause them damage later on, cause them exhaustion and pain. But neither man able to capitalize. Let's look at this. Orton wasted too much time wanting to go for that punt. Triple H moved out of harm's way, hit the pedigree, but Orton rolled to the other side, and Triple H just collapsed. And now Triple H attacking Orton from behind on the outside. Triple H saying that Randy Orton is a disease. Randy Orton is a cancer, and that he is going to be the cure for that disease. Randy Orton in the ring. Triple H grabs a water bottle, shaking off the cobwebs, trying to recover from that RKO he endured early on. Orton stumbling on his feet, doesn't realize he gets caught with a huge right from the game. And now the game unloading these clubbing blows on a Randy Orton right on top of him. And the ref trying to hold Triple H back. And Randy Orton rolls the outside out of harm's way onto the announce desk. Boot to the midsection of Triple H, sending him head first, but in the ring post, but blocked it. Now Randy Orton gets that head first in that steel ring post. Randy Orton rolls back into the ring. And now Triple H going to follow. Doesn't want to waste too much time Orton begging for mercy, trying to keep Triple H back. He says, wait, as Orton begs for mercy. He's saying to the game, wait, what is he waiting for? Boot to the midsection of Randy Orton. And now the game inflicting pain. After all the pain that Randy Orton caused Triple H's family, punting his father-in-law, destroying his brother-in-law, RKOing his wife, Stephanie McMahon, everything that Randy Orton caused Triple H, all the pain. Triple H tried to dish it out back the best he could, especially when Triple H made a visit to Randy Orton's house during an interview in his home. Randy Orton was next to his wife doing an interview when Triple H, would knock on the door, but Randy Orton didn't realize what was going on. He said to his wife, go grab the door. And then he was like, oh, wait, don't grab it. Because you heard the ring bell twice. The doorbell rang twice. And then a sledgehammer would break open their front door. And what an attack between those two. Orton tried to get out of harm's way, tried to, run away. And in the end, Triple H would throw Randy Orton out the glass window to the outside and then just unloading these rights. And Triple H would get arrested by the local police in St. Louis. And Randy Orton's on the outside of the ring right now. You don't want to be counted out. You don't want to see any disqualifications for Triple H. If you're Triple H, you definitely don't want to see disqualifications. Everybody seems to be on Triple H's side for the most part. They don't like what they saw. They didn't like what they saw happen to the chairman of the board. They didn't like what happened to Shane. And they didn't like what has happened to Triple H. Triple H just trying to stick up for his family, for the ones that he loves. He walked out of No Way Out. The same pay-per-view Randy Orton beat Shane McMahon in a no-holds-barred match. Triple H defeated The Undertaker for the final fall inside the Elimination Chamber to become the WWE Champion. And if you look back to earlier this year, to the 2009 Royal Rumble, there was the final two. It was in the Royal Rumble. It was Randy Orton and Triple H. So this course between these two has been very interesting, with Randy Orton throwing Triple H out, winning the Royal Rumble, but then now we're here and Triple H is the WWE Champion, and Randy Orton was almost begged into choosing Triple H to challenge him. He was thinking about choosing John Cena or Edge, and now Randy Orton can win this thing by countout, and if he does, he becomes the new WWE Champion. That was part of the rules that the ref was reaffirming to Triple H and Randy Orton, restating what the rules were so that they were very careful about how things went. And Triple H making it back at the count of 7 as Orton stomps away on the game. The WWE title is on the line. The stakes are higher than they've ever been. We're on the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania and a blood feud between two of the very best superstars in WWE today. Triple H is the one who took Randy Orton to the next level of his career. He is the reason that Randy Orton became the youngest world heavyweight champion. He helped Randy Orton when he brought him into Evolution alongside Ric Flair and Batista. Triple H did everything. He saw the potential in Randy Orton, and he wanted to get Randy Orton to the next level. And Triple H saying, mocking Randy Orton. He's like, well, how long did you hold that championship after you won it for the first time? Was it a month? Was it under a month? Mocking Orton's first title reign. But when you're 24 years old and you become the world's youngest WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I mean, that's an accomplishment of it in and of itself. And this is a huge defining moment for both men to see who's going to walk out, or not only walk out of WrestleMania as the WWE Champion, but who's going to get a leg up on the other. These two have been going at it for years and years, ever since Triple H turned on Randy Orton the moment he won his first World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton saying that he would love nothing more than to get his revenge on the game, but the game with a backdrop suplex to Randy Orton. And the cerebral assassin takes out the third generation superstar. And Triple H using the ropes to pull himself up. And Orton, scoop power slam. Amazing slam from Randy Orton. 1, 2. Oh, and Triple H kicks out at 2. And Orton, you saw his eyes, maniacal. And now Orton with a side headlock on the game, wearing out the WWE champion. He could force the champion to tap out. Tapping out in the center of the ring at WrestleMania 25. Triple H is a 13-time world champion. Imagine tapping out on the grandest stage of them all to your arch nemesis, someone you despise. But Triple H seems to be finding a way to fight out. He's trying to, but he's fading. Triple H is fading. Orton's got that side headlock locked in deep. And the ref watching this thing close. And let's not forget, a lot of things happened during these past few months leading up to WrestleMania. A lot. Including a steel cage match on Raw against Cody Rhodes from the Legacy. And all Orton and Ted DiBiase Jr. could do was watch. They couldn't get back in because every time they did, Triple H would throw Cody Rhodes right into Orton, knocking him off the cage. Then throw him into DiBiase, knocking him off the cage. And in the end, it would be a sledgehammer shot to Cody Rhodes that would give Triple H the victory. Triple H standing up for his family. This is everything to the game, everything to the family, to the McMahon family. And now Triple H wants to get revenge for those that he loves. All the pain. Orton just as much wants to get revenge. I mean, you got to look at the perspective of Randy Orton. It may be an evil side to some, but you got to take a look at what Randy Orton went through. He was about to be fired by the chairman, Mr. McMahon. And now Triple H sending all of his weight into Randy Orton in the corner. And Triple H with a knee right to the face of Randy Orton. That drop knee, that face buster. Here we go. Another pedigree, another pedigree. This would finish things. Orton breaking out of it, countering, and a slingshot to Triple H, sending him face first in that top turnbuckle. But Triple H with a clothesline turns things around. The fight in the game. 1, 2. He hooked the leg, but it was not enough to keep Orton down for the 3. Orton kicking out at 2. And the game eating that top turnbuckle, but then came back with a huge clothesline. And now we're back right where we started. And Orton being propped up on the top turnbuckle by the game. Triple H meeting Orton up at the top. Orton trying to break free. Right to the midsection with 72,000 fans in attendance. This is a go big or go home match. Orton picking up Triple H. And now once again dropping him face first onto that same top turnbuckle. And now sending Triple H back into the mat. That move could be a huge difference maker in this match, especially as we enter the deep waters of this contest. These two have already put each other through so much. And now Orton on the middle turnbuckle. Looking for, but gets caught with a big boot right to the jaw from the Cerebral Assassin. Pedigree. Orton reversing it. Jackknife cover. 1, 2. And Triple H kicks at it, 2. And Orton snapping right back into it. RKO. Triple H sent Orton in the ropes. Triple H cover. 1, 2. Rolled him up. But it was only enough for a 2. These two men going back and forth, trying to pull a fast one on each other, but both men able to break out at 2. Orton with a huge boot right to the bridge of the nose of Triple H. Triple H with a double A spine buster. And Triple H is fired up on the grandest stage of them all. 72,000 fans in attendance here at the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. Game over for Randy Orton if he can connect with a pedigree. Going for the pedigree once more, but Randy Orton, but a backbreaker. That inverted backbreaker from the Apex Predator. Randy Orton takes out Triple H. Gets the arm over. 1, 2. And Triple H gets the shoulder up just before the 3. That was so close, yet so far. Randy Orton almost becoming the new WWE champion. Orton was looking to become a WWE champion once more in his career, wanting that feeling of being at the top of the mountain. Orton survived 30 other competitors in this year's Royal Rumble, including this man who was his opponent, the WWE champion Triple H. Randy Orton threw Triple H out last, as I mentioned earlier. Triple H found himself winning the Elimination Chamber, and now Orton looks to win the WWE Championship. And with a huge drop kick, taking out Triple H, Orton's bought himself some time, but can he pull himself back up? Let's take a look at this replay. Boom! Huge drop kick connecting flush on the face of the 13-time world champion, Triple H, the cerebral assassin. And Randy Orton stalking his prey. He's an apex predator for a reason, stalking his prey. Look at that vindictive look on the face of Randy Orton. As Randy Orton measuring up Triple H, he's looking for perhaps that huge punt. The same punt that took out Triple H's father-in-law, Mr. McMahon. The same punt that took out his brother-in-law, Shane McMahon. But Triple H caught the leg of Randy Orton, and Triple H is not letting go. And now the game almost had his head kicked off, but Randy Orton out with his clubbing blows. And Randy Orton, you can see the fear in his eyes. Triple H just flipping Randy Orton over, sending Orton to the outside, and Orton shoulder first into the ring barricade. And Triple H is fired up. Triple H is a man on a mission to get revenge for his family, and Randy Orton crawling away from the champion. Talk about the strength of the champion, Triple H, the cerebral assassin, just the way he flips Randy Orton over the top with sheer force. Let's take a look at this again from a different angle. Boom! Look at that's just a lot of weight. Orton 265. Now, Triple H was going to use that monitor, use our announce desk monitor, but he'll be disqualified. And if he gets disqualified, he loses his WWE Championship. And the ref saying, don't do it. He'll lose his title. And Triple H doesn't know what to do. And he puts it down. And now a boot to the side of the head of Randy Orton. Right in the skull of the apex predator. Let's take a look at this again. Boom, a boot right to the side of the head, connecting flush on the temple. That could have knocked Randy Orton out. And now Orton on our announce desk. Clearing out our announce desk. Triple H has something big for Randy Orton. This ain't going to be pretty, but the stakes are high, and you got to pull out all the stops when you're in front of a large crowd here at WrestleMania, 72,000 fans, and the game is fired up. Ready to put Randy Orton through the table. Here we go. A pedigree coming right up for the challenger. But instead, a big back body drop sends Triple H on to the announce desk. But Triple H did not crash through it. That table's pretty darn sturdy. Triple H did not go through. And Randy Orton can't believe it. Look how wide the eyes are of the Viper, Randy Orton. And Triple H not moving. Look at that. Boom, once more. And now Orton trying to get back in the ring. He could win this by countout and become new champion, but instead, ref saying to Randy Orton, get back in the ring. I mean, if you're Randy Orton, you take the countout victory. Get the easiest way to get out of here with the championship without having to inflict any more damage to Triple H. You don't got to pin him as long as Triple H can't make it back. And what is Randy Orton thinking? No, not this. Not this on the floor. No. Oh, no. Not on the floor. Oh, first the back body drop on the table. And now a DDT on the floor. That same DDT we see Randy Orton send all of his opponents through the middle rope. And then they crash and burn face first into the mat. But this time it was Triple H crashing face first right into the floor. And Randy Orton looking for that count out. And Orton perhaps putting the final nail in the coffin. Perhaps putting the period on the sentence. The exclamation point to this bout, to this feud. as Orton is just a few seconds away from becoming the new WWE champion, and Triple H hasn't moved. Already at a count of 8 with no movement from Triple H. Really, it's starting to stir a little bit. That's it. New champion. Oh, just before the 10, and Randy Orton can't believe it. He thought it was all over. And now Orton's stomping away on the champion. Randy Orton is going to enjoy inflicting more pain on his old friend, arch nemesis. To take out Triple H, he's going to have to do whatever it takes within the guidelines of the rules. As Orton stomps away on the chest, on the midsection of the 13-time world champion. Orton inflicting so much punishment on the game. Triple H might not be able to get back up. Orton was doing everything he could to make sure Triple H didn't even make it to WrestleMania. Did everything. These two did everything to make sure they didn't make it to that. Each other didn't make it to WrestleMania. Now clubbing blows. The McMahons wanted to make sure Randy Orton wasn't going to make it to WrestleMania by sending Shane McMahon in. A returning Shane McMahon was not enough. We know Shane McMahon likes to take some risks, and we saw a high-flying move from Shane McMahon at No Way Out, where he would try to go send Randy Orton through the table from the top of the turnbuckle, from the top turnbuckle to the outside through the announce desk. But Randy Orton moving out of harm's way. In the end, Orton with an RKO, it would be enough to take down Shane McMahon. And now we're here on the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, between the two biggest stars in the company. Oh, and the ref got knocked into. And now Randy Orton's hitting Triple H right into the midsection of the ref. And an RKO. But now the referee may have his ribs cracked. But the problem is there's no referee. You just kind of cause your own problem here. You just got the referee out of the match. But was this part of Orton's plan? Orton's just evil. He didn't care about the referee. He just wants to be the champion. What in the world is Orton going under the ring for? No. Triple H's own sledgehammer, going to use it against him. How cruel do you have to be to use an old man's weapon against him? Well, the ultimate disrespect to Triple H if this connects, if Orton goes after Triple H this way. Oh, look at this. A punt. The same move that Randy Orton took out Triple H's family with. And now turning Orton inside out with a punt. What revenge from the cerebral assassin, Triple H. And now Randy Orton is out. The referee is down. And now Triple H has his hands on the sledgehammer. But the ref is starting to stir. You don't want to get caught by the referee because then you lose your championship. As much as the revenge sounds good, you don't want to get disqualified because there is a special rule that if you get disqualified, you lose the championship, and usually there's championship advantage, but not tonight. But the sledgehammer gets sent right into the face of Randy Orton, and Randy Orton's out. He's done. And Triple H hiding that sledgehammer in the ring apron. And the ref did not see that shot with a sledgehammer. Triple H torturing Randy Orton. And now Triple H trying to pull himself up. And this could be it. The will and the courage of the game, Triple H, to push through everything. Now going to inflict damage with everything he's got left. Now just wants to torture Randy Orton for all the pain I mentioned throughout this match that he's caused the family of Triple H. His father-in-law, his brother-in-law, his wife. The emotional pain it caused to Triple H's children. But now Triple H unloading his rights. You don't want to get yourself disqualified. Ref trying to pull Triple H back. Orton's out. Ref could call this. This could end by a referee stoppage right here. But no. But the rage of Triple H almost got him caught and got him out of this. Almost cost him the championship. But instead, Triple H able to control himself and has the arms hooked. We know what comes next. This is what made him a 13-time world champion. Pedigree. 1, 2, 3. And still the WWE champion. Triple H leaves the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania and still the WWE champion after everything these two men put each other through. In the end, the game, the cerebral assassin, the 13-time world champion Triple H getting retribution for all the pain that Randy Orton caused his family. Let's take a look at this again, this replay. Randy Orton sending Triple H into the ref, then Orton sending Triple H shoulder first into the midsection of the ref, perhaps cracking the ribs of the referee. And then an RKO from Randy Orton. Orton was going for that sledgehammer, but then when he brought in the ring, a huge punt from Triple H knocking out Randy Orton, and then a sledgehammer from Triple H right to the jaw of Randy Orton when the ref was still down, so no disqualification. And then the final blow, the arms were hooked, and a pedigree, and still cover 1, 2, 3, and still WWE champion leaving WrestleMania. The WWE champion. Ref holds the game's hand high and proud, and Triple H holds that title high as he leaves the grandest stage of them all in front of 72,000 fans. The WWE champion. All right, everyone, and that was Triple H versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 25, the heated feud taking place on the grandest stage of them all. WrestleMania in front of 72,000 fans. In the end, after all the pain Randy Orton caused the family of Triple H, punting his father-in-law, Mr. McMahon, punting Triple H's brother-in-law, Shane McMahon, and then an RKO to Triple H's wife, Stephanie McMahon. All this pain, all this agony, all this emotional pain would lead to a punt, a shot to the face with a sledgehammer from Triple H to Randy Orton, and then a pedigree to retain the WWE Championship on the grandest stage of them all. And with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in to today's video. And with that being said, don't forget, follow me on all my socials at Hype the Commentator on Instagram, on Twitch, on TikTok, and right here on YouTube and Hype Commentator on X. Thank you all for tuning in to today's video, and I will see you all in the next one.